Welcome back to Congress Unpacked, where we cut through the drama and call out what's real on Capitol Hill. Today we're zeroing in on Representative Jasmine Crockett and her explosive takedown of the GOP's latest ICE agenda. Is it actual progress, or just another episode of political theater? Let's dive in. Crockett hit the ground running. She went straight for the jugular, asking, if you revoke birthright citizenship with an executive order, is that progress, or theater? Her answer? Straight up political theater. It's more about racking up headlines than actually making America safer, and she didn't stop there. Rapid fire, she called out proposals like revoking student visas for optics. Again, pure theater. It doesn't help ICE, doesn't protect you or me. It just wastes time, distracts from real security work and grabs headlines. She even exposed tactics like smashing car windows of immigrants with clean records. That's not law enforcement, it's showmanship. And deporting US citizens? That's not enforcement, that's a circus act.
Like games every once in a while. And so I have some questions. The questions are going to be, is it political theater or progress? You ready? The first question is going to be, doing an executive order revoking birthright citizenship, political theater or progress?
Political theater. It doesn't help the mission of ICE.
Okay. How about revoking student visas?
It takes up the time of ICE officers and is political theater, and it takes away from the national security and public safety mission.
How about bashing car windows of people with no criminal record?
That's driven from quotas of arrests being driven by the White House. And that is politicization of ICE immigration enforcement, so it's political theater.
How about deporting people who are even citizens? That's not even deportation, but you know what I'm saying.
It's political theater, and I believe that this White House is getting the outcome, the reaction that they want and they desire.
How about arresting political opponents?
That would be political theater.
Yeah, so here's the deal. I know that you've been cut off a number of times as you have tried to give answers to various questions. Thank you so much for explaining that even this committee hearing is actually a bunch of political theater because
Crockett's message is clear. The White House and Congress are chasing reactions, not solutions. Arresting political opponents? Political theater? The hearing itself? She called it out as a stage play, not a policy room. If you value clear, no-nonsense analysis from Capitol Hill, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you never miss our next breakdown. But here's where it gets interesting. Crockett didn't just roast the other side, she checked her own team too. She admitted some Republican-backed bills are bad, but that's not the whole point. She's saying, hey, both sides get stuck in these games. Are we actually fixing anything or just putting on a show? With all the noise about ICE bonuses, 42 or 44,000, who cares? The bigger issue is, are we using real resources for real change, or just scoring political points?
There's a lot of things that we could be talking about. We could be talking about the fact that we are currently in reconciliation, and while everyone else has been told to do things such as make sure that you take food out of people's mouths, make sure that you get rid of people's health care, make sure that you are harming our federal workers even more by making sure that the resources that they need to be able to do their job just kind of disappear. But at the same time, I think the way that Mr. Moskowitz figured it, it would be approximately $44,000 as it relates to a bonus for each ICE agent. Is that correct?
It's incorrect. It was 42,000.
Okay, my bad. But the reality is that we do have real problems. And I don't know how we're going to get to real solutions if we continue to just make everything about politics. As it was properly outlined by the gentleman from Florida, that was a Republican bill. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I wasn't really a big fan of the bill myself on my side. So I know that there was a lot of conservative stuff in that bill that was going to be harmful. And with that, I am going to yield back to the gentleman from Florida.
So, what's the takeaway? Crockett's grilling exposed how much of DC's immigration debate is just a spectacle. The question she leaves us with is simple. Are we making progress, or are we just acting for the cameras? Thanks for watching. Like, share, and drop your thoughts below. We'll keep unpacking Congress, so you get the real story. See you next time.